How's it going, everybody? Mike here. Welcome to the Gaming News of the Week. Got a lot to go into, from a few RPG updates on some games you are probably looking forward to. I know I am, as well as an open beta about to drop for a mech game that's coming out soon, a game delay, and lastly, updates with Capcom want to do more with their Versus series in the future of that. So let's dive into it. But first, hey everyone. I'm always grateful for any and all support you guys give me, and just asking y'all to consider going above and beyond with checking out the Patreon and a link description below. This is a great way to form the backbone of the channel to help keep me going as I do this full time, and basically you guys are sponsoring me in that sense too. Patreon has some great perks, rewards there. There's also YouTube memberships if you want to go that route instead, with its own set of perks and rewards, or if you want to go the best direct route, and that is through tips/donations. The link for that is in the description below as well too. Any of these, if not all these, are great ways to go above and beyond to form the backbone of the channel to help keep me going, guys, and essentially you guys be sponsoring me in that form and supporting. So check them out. Now, let's get back to the video. Alright, so kicking things off with the first RPG game update here, news when it comes to Wuthering Waves just got its PS5 announcement. So this is honestly not, too surprising in my opinion. A lot of these like horrorverse or horrorverse like games end up coming to console at some point, usually PlayStation. They usually start off on PC first and then make their way to console if they don't arrive on PC and console same day. So yeah, this was announced officially at China Joy 2024. The successful free-to-play RPG developed by Kuro Games had already hinted at this since I was mentioned among the PlayStation games at China Joy 2024. But yeah, until now, console version had not been announced, but now we got official confirmation. And honestly, this game's pretty fun. I tried it out myself, and I do want to come back to it when I can. Right now, it's available on iOS, Android, and PC, so it is going to come to PS5 as well. And it has its own client on PC, and you can play it through Epic Game Store as well. So some cool stuff there, guys, look forward to for the PlayStation fan base. Next up, a bit of an update on Phantom Blade Zero. Developers want it to be very accessible. This game is set to arrive soon, and its developers are distancing themselves from the Souls-like genre. And yeah, to be clear, this is definitely not a Souls-like. The devs have indicated this to be more of a hack and slash, think like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta in that regard, or even Ninja Gaiden. But at the same time, it's more than that, because from the gameplay we've seen so far, it definitely reminds me of like a John Woo type films and like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type of vibe to it in terms of the combat. It seems that S Game Team wants to take a very different approach in this action adventure inspired by Chinese folklore, transporting players to a somewhat sinister world filled with enemies and final bosses. Beyond this, the main difference from titles like Dark Souls and Elden Ring is that the pace of the PS5 and PC title will be much faster. In fact, the director himself stated that they were more inspired by games like Ninja Gaiden and Metal Gear Rising to achieve the gameplay they desired. This makes a lot of sense. There is good rhythm in the combat, but overall it is much faster than that of a Souls-like. The devs were inspired by combo-based action of games like Ninja Gaiden and Metal Gear Solid Rising, obviously, this is quoting them, and which not many people play anymore. Those games are our favorites, but nowadays younger players might find them too difficult, so we needed to make them more accessible. So yeah, that's them talking about that. And honestly, this is good. I know there's a lot of Souls-likes and Souls games in general. Some people are tired of them, stuff like that. They just want a good, fun action game or good, fun action RPG that's either a hack and slash or see with some melee combat in it. And this is very solid so far. Some good news that'll make a lot of y'all happy. But a bit of a bad news here when it comes to a delayed game. I mean, you can take this as bad news you want. I think this is good news because honestly, when a game gets delayed like 1 to 3 times, okay, I think that's a good amount. More than that's worrisome, but take your time, let the game cook so you get it right. But Stalker 2 is delayed again, this time by 2 months, so the dev can fix more unexpected anomalies apparently. So it was, I believe, originally about to come out in September. But now it's been pushed back to November 20th, 2024. So yeah, this stuff happens, guys. It looks like they just need to fix some more bugs and issues, essentially, with the game, which is fine by me. Get those things ironed out, get the game polished up, and so that way it is a much better game upon launch, and will do better from a commercial standpoint and a player standpoint because people will be more into playing it. I believe this game's coming to Game Pass as well, so if you want to save a bit of money and play it that way, there's that option. Next up, Mecha Break announces open beta dates alongside new trailers. So this just got announced, talked about. Now, Mecha Break, you might confuse for like a Gundam game, because I know I did, but no, it's actually not even Gundam related. It looks very similar, but no. This is a fast-paced mech multiplayer game, and it's getting open beta tests on PC, and it launches in just a few weeks. Developer Amazing Season Games revealed its plans for a pre-launch beta, revealing that it will open up its doors for all from August 10th to August 13th. There will also be a limited access test for those who have participated in previous tests and select dedicated players that begins August 2nd and ends August 8th. By the time this video goes up, you should already be able to go to the Steam page and register for it already. I believe it honestly went live back on the 26th. So actually technically yesterday at the time this video goes up, because the video goes up on the 27th. So yeah, check that out on the Steam page, guys. And Mecha Break is going to be a multiplayer 6v6 game, essentially going to be trying out 6v6 mode. Kind of think of it like similar like Overwatch, I guess, in that sense, or how Overwatch used to be. I wouldn't exactly say it's going to be a hero shooter, but definitely going to be like a mech shooter type of, multiplayer game. I may even try it out myself. I'm not super into these, but, I'll give it a fair shot. This latest build brings significant changes to the rhythm of combat, time to kill, and an overall faster pace for all mechs. So that sounds good. Once the game has launched, there'll be other modes in there to play, such as 3v3 Arena. There's 6v6 Battlefield, which I believe is going to be the mode tested in the beta. And then a giant 60-player PvE VP option. That's a wow. All right. Then there's a Monster Hunter Wilds, and essentially Capcom revealing how crossplay will work with it. So if you don't know, cross save has not been confirmed, and I don't think will be in this at all, but crossplay will be available. So it's going to work pretty much like how the previous couple Monster Hunter games have worked with World and Rise. Basically, hunters will send out an SOS flare and take on all that awaits you in Monster Hunter Wilds. Essentially, you'll shoot out an SOS flare, and people can join you that way. And there'll be crossplay between PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So pretty standard stuff there for you used to playing World or Rise, because that's the same type of mechanic you do in there as well too. I would imagine though they would allow you to have a lobby as well too. You can invite friends to the lobby or give them the lobby ID or code, things like that. It's also worth noting this will not arrive on Switch. Monster Hunter Wilds will not arrive on Switch, and it makes sense because this is more of a next-gen console type game. The Switch will not be able to handle it and what they're trying to do with this game. And then lastly, I want to talk about Capcom's future plans for its Versus series. We recently got the announcement of Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, which I'm very much excited for. I grew up on a lot of these games in the collection. But in an interview that the producer of the collection did with IGN asked about, the future of the series, what their plans are and hopes are and things like that. Well, the producer, Matsumoto, gives us a clue or gives us some ideas of what to expect and what his dreams are. So he first talks about how their goals and dreams for Versus series doesn't just apply to the Versus series itself, but they have a lot of other legacy fighting games that we know fans out there really want them to be released again on modern platforms. I mean, heck, let's get maybe some more Darkstalkers stuff. Technically we already got Darkstalkers, but maybe Power Stone, maybe some other good classics as well. But yeah, he talks about how the feeling is mutual on the development side as well too. So he's into it with the fans. He's letting them know that yeah, the devs also feel the same with the fans, that we want to bring these retro games back essentially in a modern age, in a modern way, for newcomers to play them as well as the veterans. He goes on to say that so hopefully what we can do right now is try to re-release them, and so that people who may have never had the chance to play those games to get familiarized with them. And from there, hopefully we can get into bigger and better things. Yeah, I hope so too. Matsumoto talks about how we want all our classic games to be available for modern consoles because we just want to be able to reach as many people who may have never had the opportunity to play these games back in the day. So we constantly think forward, and we want to make sure that it's accessible as possible for all audiences. And that's really good because honestly, the only way you really can play these games, for example, the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, is through Fightcade, and you gotta have a PC for that too. You cannot play them on console that way. So Fightcade's been the main way to play these type of games. And honestly, it's better that they're going to be coming out in an official format from Capcom instead of having to sort of play it through Fightcade. The producer essentially answers with a solid yes, though, in terms of like about whether or not they want to make a brand new Versus series. And yeah, they do. But he emphasizes that the best thing that we can do right now is to release these classic titles that some of our fans may not be fully aware of. And of course, there's constraints, there's different schedules. It's going to require collaboration with other non-Capcom parties in order to make this happen. And yeah, that's the reality of the situation. If if you're casually, checking out some of this stuff and don't really pay attention to what goes on behind the scenes when it comes to business deals and collaborations, etc., it's a lot of stuff that has to be factored in, agreed upon, authorized, approved, etc. Like, it takes time, it takes months, there's processes to go through, things like that, on top of just the development for it. But basically, this is the right time to start releasing these. Honestly, we've already had the Capcom Fighting Collection not too long ago. We've had a Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle years ago as well. And honestly, yeah, this is a great way to preserve these games because they're not really being preserved in either way outside of Fightcade. So very exciting stuff from there. I am hopeful when it comes to the fighting game division of Capcom and what they're trying to do with the Versus series as well as other games by bringing some of their classics back, gauge people's interest. These will sell. I definitely plan to get the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, and hopefully other classics they bring out too, because I want them to do well. And this is going to let them know that, yeah, people want them. Because, just make sure you buy them, guys. Buy them to show that you want them. And that's going to allow us to get more of these and get new entries, not just remastered versions or ports of the old versions, basically. Keep that in mind. Hopefully you enjoyed this video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited about Monster Hunter Wilds being crossplay when it drops? Are you going to check out the Mecha Break open beta? Are you upset about the delay for Stalker 2 being delayed again, or not? Phantom Blade Zero not being Souls-like. I'm sure it's going to make a lot of y'all happy. Wuthering Waves will be coming to PS5, but no release date yet. So yeah, and then the Capcom is really trying to, expand their Versus series and continue it as well too. So sound out in the comments below about what you think about all of this, guys. Would love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to check out links in the description below, guys. Just a reminder, yeah, if you wanted to go above and beyond, support through the Patreon, check out the link there. Check out the perks there. There's also YouTube memberships. Or if you want to go the direct route, there's also a link to tip/donate to the channel directly to help keep me going, and you guys help form the backbone of the channel. And if you found this helpful and really enjoyed this, would appreciate a thumbs up as it helps out a lot. Subscribe if you're new. My name is Mike. Thanks for watching.